Good morning, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. Snaps it, look gorilla here, aka the definition. Of course, they have to give us our weekly dose, daily dose, however many times a week they choose to do it, of that good stuff that they put into the air. Anyway, how y'all doing this morning? Thank you for joining this quick live stream where I'm going to be discussing Shilo Hendrix, the racist cunt who called a five-year-old autistic boy a racial slur, and then proceeded to call the person filming her a racial slur because she's a racist cunt. But now she's playing the victim. Here's the bottom line. This wench said that this young man was going through her shit and trying to take her shit, right? And so she called him the N-word. She called him a racial slur. And, somebody decided to film her as she was doing this and pointed out that she had called a young boy a racial slur. And she proceeded to continue to use the word and all that good shit. Now, free speech is what it is. It's free speech. But you don't get to play the victim. When people call you out for being the racist you are, right? Yes, you use the words. You have free speech. You have the right to free speech, all that good shit. I am 100% with that. She has the right to use the N-word and all that good shit, but this is the problem. You did that toward a child, right? You did it toward a child. This bitch, Shilo Hendrix, called out a child, went in on the child, all that good shit, and accused him of stealing her shit. But instead of behaving as an adult should, right? And so when you get filmed and you continue to use the word, what you have done is brought it on yourself, right? You brought this all on yourself. If you received any form of hatred, any form of threats and all that type of shit, you brought it on yourself. Yes, you have the right to free speech, but you also have the right to suffer the consequences for your actions, right? Because even though you have free speech, people do not have to give a fuck about your free speech, and they get to call you out for who you are. And you can go ahead and say, oh, they're threatening me, I need to move, and then do a give, send, go campaign to try to collect all this money because you're acting like the victim. That's the biggest problem here, right? Every action, as I always say, has an equal and opposite reaction, right? You decided to act in a manner that was not conducive of a grown-ass woman. You decided to behave like an uncivilized ape. And so therefore, what you have received from that is an equal measure to what you have done, right? You decided that you wanted to make yourself viral. You are aware, right, that people film things, that people have cameras, and when they pull those cameras out and they go live and they film you acting like a goddamn fool, well, guess what? You will become viral. You decided to be infamous by going in on a child, right? Using your words. And that's, again, yeah, that's your right. But guess what? You have shown the person that you are to the world. And when the world decides to say, fuck you, bitch, all these different things that they're saying about you, well, they have the right to free speech as well. The people that you call so-called threaten you and they go in on you and they talk shit to you, they also have a right to free speech. They have a right to free speech. And thus, they have exercised that right to free speech. Now you want to act like a victim and say, oh, I need to move. Oh, my God. Oh, these people, oh, they please send me money. You want money. You want money for acting like a goddamn fool to a child. You want what? You want sympathy. You want money. You want all this shit. You want people to feel sorry for you. Well, guess what? It worked for you, right? Because you got people that gave you damn near $700,000. That just goes to show that in terms of race relations, we have not gotten very far in this country, right? And then when you have people like Tim Fool, who essentially excuses the behavior because now it's like, oh, well, yeah, white apology is over. White guilt is over. White guilt. So you took this to say that white people are no longer going to experience white guilt. And the way that they're going to demonstrate that is by behaving like a damn savage towards a child, right? So that's how you exercise your freedom from the white guilt, is by going in on a child. That's what you have decided to do. The two awesome guinea pigs. What's good? Yeah. So to demonstrate your lack of white guilt, or how you no longer have it, you want people to go out and behave as racist towards other people, towards people that don't look like them, because they feel like you feel like that child violated you. Oh, well, my white guilt is over. I'm going to verbally attack this child. I'm going to use my free speech in the best way possible. And at the same time, I'm going to push my white guilt aside. I'm no longer going to have that. So therefore, I'm going to go in on the child. Yeah, that's a great example of the best way to exercise your freedom of white guilt, right? Y'all have lost the fucking plot. It was a child. It was a child. So there are certain ways you could have handled that, right? You could have, asked where are your parents? Whose child is this? This child is going through my personal belongings, and then you go from there. You behave as a civilized human being, as an adult. So basically what we're saying is we're going to dump the white guilt, and replace it with racism. We're going to replace it with racism. But guess what? For this chick, there wasn't ever any white guilt. There was never any white guilt. This bitch has clearly been racist for a very long time. I mean, she's clearly that type of person. I don't believe she ever experienced any form of white guilt. She never has. But of course, you got people out there, they're going to sympathize with her, going to feel bad for her. Oh, you poor thing. You have to move now. All right. She's trying to raise $1 million. I mean, does it take $1 million to relocate? When I moved from California to South Carolina, it only cost me about $15,000 to do everything that I needed to do. She needs $1 million. She needs $1 million to relocate because she's getting these threats. These threats that she brought upon herself. You brought these threats upon yourself. Good, bad, or indifferent, whether it's right to threaten anybody or not. You acted in a wet manner that brought these consequences to your doorstep. And you want people to come save your day. You want people to come and make sure that you can be safe for the rest of your life. How's that going to work? Because wherever you go, there you are. Are you going to use some of that $1 million to get a facial reconstruction surgery, or what are we doing? Are you going to change your whole identity? So you want people to pay for your witness protection program. I mean, hey, if it works out for you, it works out for you. More power to you. But understand this. Just because you guys feel like you won't have any more white guilt does not mean that somebody won't tax that ass if you get out of pocket. You know what I'm talking about? You might feel like you have gotten rid of your white guilt, but that does not mean somebody won't still tax your ass if you get out of pocket. Like that old white man did to that black man that's beat the shit out of him when he called him the N-word. Is it right to put your hands on people just because they call you out of your name? No, it's not. But understand, it's not right, right? He probably should not have done that. But I'm not going to fault him, right? Because guess what? The man clearly did not want to have any, commit to any violence toward you until you decided to try to provoke him. You poke the bear, you provoke people, you provoke people. Over and over again, you assault them with your words. You try to trigger something. You try to trigger them with your words. You try to trigger them with your behavior. You try to trigger people, and when they go off on you, you wonder what's going on. Oh, well, why'd you do that? Because free speech is what it is, but it's not freedom of consequences. Even I myself, as an anarchist, understand that, right? Because not everyone that you encounter is going to care about your free speech. They are going to not care about it. They don't care about none of that. What they care about is how they feel in the moment. How they feel in the moment. They don't care about nothing about what you got going on. What is this dude doing, man? Come on. Anyway. That my house, the sky is gray. That's what's up. Anyway. Dude, there's nothing to cut over here. Why are you fucking around, bro? Anyway, I'm gonna get off of this thing, man. Thank you guys for checking me out. This is fucking with my program. Anyway, Shilo Hendrix is a chick who was at a park and called a 5-year-old autistic black boy a racial slur. That's who Shilo is. Look her up. Then when she was being filmed, she continued to use racial slurs, and now that people are mad at her, and now that she's getting backlash, she started a Give Send Go to raise $1 million so that she can relocate because she's afraid for her life. Now she's playing the victim. Hey, bro, I didn't name this broad. That's her name. It is what it is. All right. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. We're going to keep marching forward.